This week, we're doing what no RPG intended you to do by playing some Franken games. Hey guys, Bobby here from the GM table, and this is probably going to be a quick video, but I don't even have a script for it. It's kind of off the cuff because this is a backlog video, because when this is happening, I should be having a kid getting born in the hospital. If I time this out right, I may not have it, maybe a week or so off. I don't know. This week, we're talking about Franken games or Franken RPGs. And basically what that is, for example, without a shameless plug, totally a shameless plug, our upcoming Tuesday game, though I think it's premiered by now, again, backlog, this is real confusing, is called Tales from 2000. And as we put it, it is a combination of Kids on Bikes and Tales from the Loop. But in all honesty, it is all of these games for our game. And what do we mean by that? Well, to me, a Franken game or Franken RPG is when you take parts from different games and push them together. Now, you can just mash them together willy-nilly, see what works, but for me, it's more of a surgical stitching of different elements and things. Like Tales from 2000 was originally going to just be a Kids on Bikes game. I love the world building in Kids on Bikes. I love how that sets up. I love the collaborative storytelling of it. But not huge on the dice mechanics. I don't hate the dice mechanics. They work just fine. But for the type of game I'm running, and especially since ours is a stream game and I want stuff to work well with the stream and be able to be interactive with the players and stuff, I really liked the dice mechanics from Tales from the Loop. This is the Things from the Flood, the sequel to Tales from the Loop. Exact same rules, only this adds being able to die. So technically it's Things from the Flood. Now, I could just run Things from the Flood. It's also, or Tales from the Loop, it's also a 1980s or 1990s teen supernatural game. But these are all about alt history, a very specific setting built with the game. And really, I just want the dice skill rules, and I don't want to get rid of collaborative world building of Kids on Bikes. And honestly, there's nothing about the rules for the world building from Kids on Bikes that keep me from being able to use the dice and character rules from Tales from the Loop and Things from the Flood. So I just use both. They fit together. I'm then adding, as I delve deeper into the rules from Tales from the Loop and Things from the Flood, they have a set of rules similar in a lot of ways to the dramatic tasks from Savage Worlds. Now, I'm not going to be actually having my Savage Worlds reference with me, though I will be having these. But similar enough, where I'm thinking of taking some of the elements from the Savage Worlds dramatic tasks and applying them to the extended threats from this system, because they're very similar, and I can make a hybrid. And then finally, we have Bubblegum Shoe, which, again, there's rules in here I like. It's teens solving mysteries, almost 100% mundane, unless you tweak the rules yourself. But I really love how they build high school atmosphere, and how they talk about building stories and building mysteries within the genre the game's supposed to be. So I'm using a lot of the adventure creation from Bubblegum Shoe, but not all of it, because there's actually a template for adventure generation here. And I'm combining them. I'm mixing multiple systems together to get the game I want. Now, I tend to love RPGs with either subsystems or GM advice or adventure generation that I can port into other stuff. Like, one of the things I love about Savage Worlds is the dramatic task rules from a concept I can actually tweak and mod and add them to other games. I can make a dramatic task for D&D 5th edition, and it'll have some of the elements. Granted, some things have to change because the dice system changes, but the overall concept came from the original. I love my City of Mist book back there, even though I don't run the system that City of Mist uses, because half of that book is how to write noir detective mysteries using what's called the iceberg method. Nothing about the iceberg method or any of those chapters requires the actual rule system City of Mist uses. I can take that advice, I can take that mystery building framework and kind of the lessons they teach you and use them in other games. And on those, it's a little more nebulous because it was like it taught me how to write a mystery. So now all mysteries, if I use that method, have a little City of Mist in them. Is that a Franken game? I would say that's not so much. That's more I like games that teach me how to just be a better GM for all my games. But in this case, the world building of Teens on Bike is mechanics. The character creation and dice system is like all the mechanics. And even this, while this is teaching me how to build adventures, I'm looking at how to mutate some of those mechanics to fit in with here, with how clues and stuff work from the gumshoe system. There it is, which Bubble Gumshoe is based off of. So, like I said, I don't think it's going to be a super long video. I want to talk about this because I'd love to hear from you guys what Franken games you've done, what rules from systems you find yourself porting into other systems, and things you love to use. The obvious ones are like alternate magic systems for D&D, or taking the fancy and magic systems from D&D and putting it in other games, which I don't know why you do, but people seem to love to do. Anyways, with that, I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.